Logic is yet again making our resident old man mad. So if you didn't remember, not even Joe Budden, Logic had made a video where he was talking to his dad in the video, and he was asking his dad for like, do you have anything to say to everybody out there? And he said, keep it real. And then Logic says, keep it real all the time, nigga. And yeah, that went the way it went, and people got outraged and got mad and so on and so forth. And here we are. I just don't understand why anybody would be mad that somebody who is identified as a black person, regardless whether it's whole blood, like regardless whether it's he's mixed or not, he's black. Like, it would be a thing if he wasn't black. Then yeah, maybe we can have like a public outcry. But like, y'all are arguing whether somebody who's actually black can say nigga. Like, that's goofy within itself. That's weird. That's weird, bro.
Has been Logic, pretty much trolling everybody, trying to see how much he can piss everybody off. Logic.
Oh yeah, I didn't even finish saying that. Basically, I'm reacting to Joe Budden goes off on Logic for saying nigga and showing his black dad to prove his blackness.
Is leaning into the whole blackness thing. If you guys don't know, Logic is half white, half black. People make fun of him because sometimes he leans in a little too much on the black side. Some people may feel like Logic tries to exploit his black side to sell music. A couple days ago, you guys forced Logic hand again. Logic showed his dad. Logic made a video with his dad who's black, and he dropped the N-word. Here's a video.
Hey, Daddy, what you got to say to the world?
Hey, what's going on? It's time to go night-night.
If you had advice for anybody out there, what would it be, Dad?
Keep it real.
Keep it real all the time, nigga. You already know what it is.
When keeping it real goes wrong, you're in a hell of a lot of trouble.
Say what? The fuck? That's that Chappelle.
You know what's even more crazy about like looking at that scene? I've watched that video so many dang times, and here's the thing. I think towards the end of that video, his dad was like, what are you doing? Why did you just say that? Like, come on now. I raised you better than that. Like, we don't, like, I'm pretty sure it's like a thing where it's like, bro, come on. You don't really talk like that all the, like, I don't feel like Logic says nigga a lot unless he's like around like his friends or something like that. But who am I to judge, you know? I'm just examining like the video, and his dad like cringed. Like, come on, like he's just kind of like, come on, bro. Why, like, son, why did you say that? What was the point of that? Like, what made you say, let me just say that? Let me just sneak that in. And it's crazy the way Logic sneaked nigga in. Like, if y'all didn't even notice the way he did it, go back. Let me just go back for you really fast. The way he says it.
If you had advice for anybody out there, what would it be, Dad?
Keep it real.
Keep it real all the time, nigga. You already know.
He slid that in there. He slid it in there, sly, slick, and just. If he would have said it any like slicker, you wouldn't even notice that he even said it, honestly. But I know, at this point, Logic is ready for. At this point, I feel like Logic is just ready for all criticism and just trolling with the trolls, man. Getting with the people who are Twitter warriors and your Instagram warriors who do nothing but talk on those apps. But it's like, what are you doing? Like, outside of this, outside of you, like, arguing this point, like, is there anything else you're doing? Or are you just arguing to argue? Or are you just debating to debate? I would say that this whole entire fiasco with Logic not being able to say this or say that is just like, why are we who gave you the right to say whether he can say it or not, bro? Like, it's not up to me or you. It's not up to me or you. He is a rich black man. He's a rich black man. Like, if he can say nigga in his raps, you know, who are we to be the nigga police? Like I said, if he was like not at all any shade of black, then this would probably be more of a problem. But I'm sure that it's also a thing with like people who are mixed who look more on the side of white than they do black. I think that's probably a thing where it turns into an offense thing where, you know, I have to explain, oh yeah, no, I'm mixed. I'm black and white. We don't question J. Cole or Doja Cat, you know? We don't question Slash or their blackness. But why are we questioning this guy? I don't get it.
What it is, when keeping it real goes wrong, you're in a hell of a lot of trouble.
Say what? The fuck? That's that Chappelle.
Now, a lot of people have been calling out Logic, saying, why'd you even have to show your dad? We know he's black. You really didn't have to show it to us. On top of that, why'd you drop the N-word? It sounded way too forced in that conversation. You could have said what you wanted to say without dropping the N-word. You're trying a little too hard, Logic. Now you guys knew Joe Budden, who has been on Logic's case for the last couple of years. I feel like these guys are overdue at this point for an interview. Joe is one of the main people that feels like Logic
right now, that's never gonna
forces the blackness thing a little too hard. Joe was recently on Logic's Head Top. When Logic covered Ice Cube's It Was a Good Day song. Personally, I enjoy when Joe gets at Logic for all the things he does. But honestly,
you know, there's a beauty in the people that Joe Budden calls out, because if Logic was one of those people where he was like somebody who was like feared in the rap game, or like just one of those people who pulls up on you when you talk about him, then I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't believe Joe Budden would be talking like this. Look at how he handled the Migos thing. Look at how he handled Offset rolling up on him one time in a bookstore or something like that. Like, there have been times where he got rolled up on by the people that he talked about. So it's like, that should be a lesson to people. Like, just like be mindful of who you are talking about. Obviously he doesn't care because he doesn't think he's ever going to see Logic ever, you know, but that's the crazy thing about the way karma works. Who's to say Joe Budden doesn't run into Logic tomorrow? You know? I just feel like they need to. I just feel like they do need to sit down and do an interview. Like, I don't think it'll ever happen, but you know, here's to somebody, you know, here's to it happening. Here's to putting it in the atmosphere.
If we want Logic to stop these things, we got to stop giving him attention. At this point, Logic got to be trolling, and the media falls for it. But I feel like this one kind of pissed a lot of people off. So what you guys think about Logic dropping the N-word? Here's what Joe said about that video. Push comments below. Subscribe to my channel. Like this video. See you guys later.
Topic, we get to... Yo, the world is changing, man.
We're trying to get our hate on, man. We're trying to get our hate on, man.
Hey, all right, come on.
No, I was just saying, you know,
Logic found his dad.
Yeah,
and said nigger in front of him.
And then the way he says it, the way Joe says it.
No, you do. I support all of that.
There you go.
No. If you black, you should be able to say nigga. Go ahead.
Yo.
Find your black dad. Take a picture with him.
Yo, say something about this.
I just don't get this obsession, though.
Now.
You got a DM? Why are you pressing me? Why?
He's out of line.
How?
It felt uncomfortable. No, he's not black.
He is out of line.
It felt uncomfortable.
He is out of line. Wait, hold on. Y'all about to... Y'all trolling us?
He didn't look... Hold on, wait. Let me get this off.
I want you to explain to me
He didn't look comfortable saying the word nigga.
I want to know why is he out of line.
It wasn't because he's out of line. He didn't look comfortable saying that he know he's out of line. He had to show his black father.
Y'all acting like he says it in his music. That's not the first time he said the N-word. That's not the first time he has said nigga. Like, he says it in his music. So what is Queen's Flip talking about? I feel like Queen's Flip is channeling Joe Budden's energy so much with this Logic thing that it's like it's just getting ridiculous at this point. Like, y'all are on his D. Like, just move on. Like, talk about something else. Like, stop talking about Logic. Stop talking about Logic. It makes y'all look like obsessed. It makes Joe Budden look so obsessed when he talks about Logic. Like, damn, bro. From the very first moment Joe Budden started talking about Logic, I thought, okay, hey, maybe this will be a one-time thing and you never hear about him talking about Logic again after he like called him the worst rapper ever. And then it's like you can go back, like there are different like episodes of the Joe Budden podcast where he is literally destroying Logic. What is why do you not like Logic, Joe Budden? Is it because he's a successful rapper? Like, is it because he was signed to Def Jam and Def Jam did more for Logic than they did for you when you were signed to Def Jam? Like, what is it? You can't say he's a trash rapper. I don't think he's a trash rapper. You know, he might make some songs or say some lyrics that I don't agree with or think is boo-boo, but I don't think overall he's a terrible rapper. I think he's a very talented rapper. I think his Young Sinatra series before he was with Def Jam is probably your peak Logic, your best performing Logic that could ever be assembled together. I think he's a great chopper. Makes great fast, he does the little fast rap thing. I think it's neat, But what is Joe Budden's real problem with Logic? Will we ever know? Will he ever give a real answer and not some BS troll answer? Who knows?
Father, in order to say the word nigga.
Yo.
I'm asking.
I didn't even say
such
it.
a groove.
Why you had to say nigga then? Why you gonna just show his black father? Why he had to say nigga?
I didn't see what he's talking about.
But answer Flip's question.
I'm
Why
about
do
to-
y'all think he had to say nigga in
didn't
front of his
see it. I don't
dad
think he had to
on
say it in
camera?
front of him.
But
Okay,
that's hard to discuss.
No, because Flip said he's out of line. I'm just asking why is
Completely.
he out of line?
He could have showed his
All
black
right,
father.
you're losing the context.
That's why I said I
Flip
didn't
is
see it.
not saying that, hey, you should not be able to do that because you look white. That's not what he said.
Gotcha.
He said he's out of line. And he's out of line.
Why is he out of
For
line?
the same thing I've been saying for weeks, which is how come every day you have to tell us or do something to reinforce
That you're
you
biracial.
being black?
True. Good.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree that he's forcing himself to tell us that he's black. No, I don't agree with that. I do agree that, well, I do halfway agree with that. I maybe 30% agree with that like, yes, he does like pander to try to sell that he's black to us. I'll say 30%, yes. But the other 60 to 85% is just like, okay, I think that's actually who he is, I think to a point that's actually who he is, man. Like, I just feel like whenever I hear Joe Budden talk about Logic, it's just, as I've stated before in multiple videos, Logic is Joe Budden's pincushion. He's found an artist that's talked about that has actually responded back and has responded back each and every single time he has said something about him. And if it wasn't for the fact that the first couple of times that Joe Budden talked about Logic, Logic should have never revealed that, hey, Joe Budden made me want to quit rap because he was saying that I was such a terrible rapper. I don't think he should have ever put that in the public. I literally don't think he should have ever put that in the public, because it's like you're giving, I think from the perspective of Joe, it's like you're giving me power. I'm nobody. I'm nobody to you. I shouldn't even be anywhere near touching a emotional button. But since I am, hey, I'm about to fly off the handle each and every time now that I know that what I say affects you. I think that's what it is.
That's true.
Corny.
Because y'all won't accept me as black, nigga.
Dog.
Yeah, can we play it though?
You can do whatever you want. As soon as his dad cringed and was like, yo, when keeping it real goes wrong.
His dad was like, ah.
Yeah, now he probably wasn't saying that to or about his son, but that's how I received it.
You can play it, Parks?
And his dad is wearing a Vanilla Ice hoodie or another white rapper hoodie. It just looks all, it's just a...
Hey, yo, Logic.
Dad
Yo,
supporting
Logic,
his son.
Logic, you winning the headlines, though, because I've been talking about your bum ass way too long. Like, I don't care this much.
Logic, this doesn't get you a win. You grooves well. You're corny.
I'm with you.
I'm on you now.
Black is synonymous with rhythm.
Let's go.
And you just don't seem to, you're not moving.
It's a waltz.
You're not moving
Talk,
with
Joe.
rhythm. You
said it's a waltz.
We gotta become one with the wave, the ocean, the frequency. You, my brother.
Yeah.
And the other thing about all this, nobody would say a word if you just drop some heat. You dropping these karaoke covers and you looking for black support. Black people know heat. That's
about it.
not heat.
We look past a lot of transgressions when you drop heat.
No,
That is true.
That's true.
That is
all
true.
of the biracial people we take
That is
and
true.
claim and invite them to the imaginary cookout, yo. They all there.
That's also true.
Doja Cat is there, Drake is there, J. Cole is there. Nobody looks at J. Cole and says, hey, nigga.
Now they don't.
Why you saying nigga? Nobody says that.
He got dreads, though.
He looked uncomfortable saying it. It didn't.
I mean, to be honest and be fair about what they said about like J. Cole. J. Cole almost didn't even let anybody didn't even let anybody in the public know that, hey, I have a white mom. Like, I didn't even know that until like what's the name of that album? Born Sinner. I just see a video of him like going to go basically retire his mom from her job, and I'm like, wait, his mom's white. You know? And yeah. But it's just a pure obsession. That's all it is, man. Logic just gonna keep doing what he doing, and I feel like the man's having fun.